Hey there, friends. It's Lindbergh, your Bad Couch Guru, and I have a great surprise for you. You remember back in October, we had a surprise episode with Erden Eurç, who is circumnavigating the globe by human power solo. And right now, he is about, 8, 9 months into rowing on the ocean solo by himself. And so we recorded back in February of 2021, Erden and I recorded a couple of episodes to surprise you with. And one of them is designed for me to air right now for you because the reason I'm launching this episode is because Erden is now approaching on his rowboat one of the most dangerous parts of his trip that has the highest risk. And so I want you to hear from Erden himself what he's approaching, where he is, and what he's hoping best case scenario will be. So Erden, thank you again for joining us for a third time. Take it away.
Well, hello. I am going to try to sketch for our audience what is happening and what should happen, what I anticipate. On my crossing, I am going to stay in a band of latitudes between 13 north and 15 north, carrying all the way west toward Guam. Once I get to Guam, I will have about 2,000 miles remaining. And I would like to cover that in fairly quick pace to get away from any storms. As I am approaching the gap between Philippines and Taiwan, north of Philippines are a bunch of islands and fast flowing water. North equatorial current comes and hits the landmass of Philippines and gets redirected, and in that gap it passes quickly through Taiwan. So I'm going to share my screen now and talk over this as we are looking at the screen. If you can confirm to me that you are seeing the screen, that would be perfect.
Okay. Yes. Oops.
All right. You are seeing Windy as an interface right now. Am I correct?
Almost. Let me just double check here. Hang on one moment. Yes, I am seeing it now. Okay.
Good. So what you're looking at is the Western Pacific right now. Where my mouse is to the top and left of the screen is Taipei, Taiwan, and right across is Xiamen, and then you've got Hong Kong west of Taiwan, right here. You see my mouse?
Mm-hmm, I sure do.
Good. All right, so these winds are flowing, and this is right here, 15 north. And there's Guam. So I would be passing by here in February and heading in this direction. And occasionally I'm going to get strong winds that are going to come in from the northeast, try to press me south. I'm going to fight that, and under me will be strong currents, and that could create rough waters when I get winds up to 30 knots like that. See the color change to brown and reddish. The redder it gets, the more strong these currents, these winds get. So this is the wind condition in February. I'm just scanning in the forecast as of today. It is February 12th right now. I can get a five-day forecast for you. And then it's going to then ease and start coming in from the east again with the current flowing generally toward Taiwan in this area. I should be able to rise toward the gap north of Philippines. So now I am approaching this gap between Philippines and Taiwan by the end of February and early March timeframe. This general feature is going to take place again, right? As you can see here, this is coming from the right bottom is the flow due west. That's the north equatorial current, and then it rushes up the length of Philippines and passes really quickly north of Philippines here and forms this big counter-clockwise eddy. So I need to enter this gap at about 20 north and join this eddy, and then before it can circle me back, peel off of that and then head off toward Hong Kong. So that entry has to be done precisely for me to be able to use it to my advantage and not be swept away by it. If I miss this, and if I come in too far north and I get caught in another flow, these flows are not constant, but mind you, these migrate with the winds pushing them around. These flows migrate, and this eddy is going to shift north as well. So right now, the winds in that gap are from the northeast, as you can see. And by the time March rolls around, it's going to be easterly and southeasterly. So the season will be changing. If I miss that entry and I get carried north early, and looks like I'm not going to be able to clear Taiwan, then I would need to run up east side of Taiwan with the Kuriyoshi current, and then end up going toward Shanghai. Even anything on the east side, mainland China, is going to do. At that point, I won't be too picky. I would like to get to Hong Kong. Failing that, any port will do at this time.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
That approach is critical.
Because if you land in Hong Kong,
yes,
then versus Shanghai, the amount you have to bike to get to Nepal is like, how far are those two cities apart? I mean, that's a huge difference.
I am not even worried about the land phases right now.
Okay.
So if I can, when I reach mainland China, I will have overcome the biggest threshold on this journey.
Gotcha.
So succeeding in that is a big, huge feather on our cap. And then after that, who knows? It might add another 1,000 miles. A big deal. 50 miles a day, I get it done, right? A month later, I am even with Hong Kong. So I am not even worried.
Okay, that's good to know. You guys, we're getting to know Erden a little better. I just love how I just love how understated you are. You're like, it just adds another 1,000 miles of biking. No big deal. But I'm alive. I'm alive. I made it.
Yes.
Okay. So Erden, we are going to air this right about when you hit that 125-degree east latitude. And so we can know, just pay attention to what's going on with you and continue to follow you. And folks, if you have not heard of Erden Eurç before or his trip, make sure you hit the show notes. He's got his website there where you can follow real time what's going on. And then my husband and I on our Lindbergh's podcast have a more detailed interview where my husband's got all kinds of crazy questions for Erden. And so you can really get to know more of what's happening here in the bigger picture for all of it. Sure. So, okay. So yes. So just know, Erden, we are going to again send you those good wishes, Godspeed, safe travels, stay sane, don't go out of your mind. Right around when you hit that 125. Yes.
And you should also say, enjoy your 60th year.
When's your birthday?
July.
So, okay.
After I launch, I will be 60, celebrating my 60th birthday on the water.
Wow. Okay, you guys.
And I will have fixed my teeth by the time I get to the other side too. See, I'm wearing these Invisalign stuff. See?
Oh yeah, you got them going. Yeah.
I'm going. I had to pull out one tooth, so I show you my owie. Anyway, so I will arrive at the other side with one more reason to grin a big smile. Yeah, and that's great teeth.
That's awesome. And folks, what we're gonna talk more about that. Another reason to go to the Lindbergh's podcast and listen to this, because Erden's literally taking his Invisalign trays with him on this rowboat, which I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. All right. Well, thanks again, Erden. So appreciate it, and can't wait to see you make landfall. Did I say that right? Landfall?
Yes, making landfall.
Making landfall. Okay. All right. Bye-bye now. Well, hello there, friends. This is supported by Couch to Active, the company that helps people with chronic illnesses, all kinds of health issues, and the absolute beginners figure out their way to health and fitness. And we even support the blind. So head on over to our home site at couch2active.com and learn what we're all about. That's couch2active.com. Thanks so much.